What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We are live for the world famous AFC East Roundtable. We got your boy Truly TD. We got Master at Works Richie, and we also have Dan Mitchell, who is present. We just got him out of rehab today, and he's doing better, man. He had a long week. We're going to talk about a lot of things with our teams coming up. Y'all know the first thing we need to address is the AFC divisional round games. But before we get started, before we know who's going to talk first, we're going to determine who talks first off of a coin flip, okay? So, Richie, heads or tails?
Tails.
Dan Mitchell, is it going to be heads or tails? Go ahead. Dude, tails never fails. Master that works. What you got? He ain't even listening. Oh, I'm flipping it.
Tails.
For some reason, it came up tails this time, Dan. But I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry, man. Okay. Oh my gosh, man. Listen, man, we're going to get into this game. I promise you, Dan, I was going to take it easy on you. So I'm just going bro, I didn't even get started. I'm talking about taking it easy on you from here on out. We're going to talk about the game. We're going to get everybody's take on that game. I don't think anybody really care about the other game other than the ones that are coming up. Well, we could talk about both of them because they both were crazy. But let's start with you, Master at Works, man. Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs. What do you got?
I told Bills Mafia last week. I said if y'all lose this game, it's a failure of a season. You know, I congratulate y'all. Y'all got back-to-back division championships. But at the end of the day, you couldn't close the deal. I'm not gonna lie, I was mega pissed because I picked the Bills at like plus 600 when on that final drive when Josh Allen got the ball before he scored a touchdown. So I lost some money on the game. But other than that, man, Josh Allen is who I thought I didn't think he was gonna play that great. I mean, he was amazing. He proved that he's a top 5 quarterback in the league. But the defense, the number 1 ranked defense, the Buffalo Bills kind of screwed him on that. I don't know how you couldn't get a stop with 13 seconds left. And it wasn't like Mahomes did crazy magic to do it. They left Travis Kelce wide open twice to get in field goal range, and then they left him open on the overtime drive to end the game. But I don't understand. Bills fans shouldn't even be complaining about overtime rules when all you needed to do with the number 1 ranked defense was get one stop. And it's funny because a lot of the Bills players were complaining about not getting selected to the Pro Bowl. Well, now we know why. But yeah, as far as the Bills go, it was a failure of a season. This was your window. Josh Allen's contract kicks in next season. So I don't know what you guys are going to do. But that's pretty much all I got, man. Like I said, I feel bad for Bills fans because I hate the Chiefs a lot more than the Bills. I don't even hate the Bills, to be honest with you, but it is kind of funny seeing Bills Mafia just completely just in shambles right now. And they don't, obviously a lot of them can't get over this loss. Like first you got Wide Right, you got Music City Miracle, and now you got 13 seconds. So not only did you not go forward and at least get to the Super Bowl this year or even an AFC Championship game, you got memed. And I couldn't have asked for a better ending to the Buffalo Bills season. So
was that worse?
That's pretty much all I got.
Was that worse than the Atlanta Falcons?
No, because because that was a Super Bowl, and nothing's worse than choking like that in a Super Bowl. So no.
Well, I will say this: Josh Allen's contract doesn't kick in next year. Well, it kicks in next year, but it doesn't hurt the team until the year after. He's still under like $20 million next year. The way the contract is set up, they backloaded it, so they got one more chance at it. The Bills have one more chance at it, but the only problem is they going into this offseason just like last year with only $10 million. So what you got on it, Richie?
Yeah, man, that game was absolutely insane. Probably one of the best games I've watched in my life, to be honest. And it was really just an incredible performance from two of the top quarterbacks in the AFC. You know, it pains me to say how great Josh Allen really is, and it's hard to say that it really is, but you just got to give the respect. And like the one thing that I was thinking of during that game was, Dan, I don't know how you're even here right now. If that was the Jets, if the Jets were in that situation and they lost that way, I wouldn't survive. I wouldn't be able to like handle the emotion of just going through the pain of, first of all, cheering you guys win. I mean, in your brain, Dan, you 100% thought you were going to the AFC Championship game when Josh Allen had that last touchdown. The entire city of Buffalo did. Josh Allen was hugging his teammates, crying. You see the press box of all the Bills family, of the players in the press box, all crying and hugging and cheering. And in my head, I'm like, damn, Buffalo Bills back to the AFC Championship. And everybody thought it was over. And then Patrick Mahomes happened and Travis Kelce happened. And then I cannot even just imagine what was going through the Buffalo Bills' minds. I just feel like that's what I was thinking about this game the most, of just the emotional factor of, I kind of feel bad for Bills fans in a way, even though obviously, you know, they're the rival, and I still respect Bills fans. I understand how passionate they are after going to college upstate New York. I was with Bills Mafia for 4 years straight as a Jets fan, so I heard nothing but trash talk for 4 years, and it gave me a little insight of what Bills Mafia is all about in terms of their passion for their Bills, going all in. I went to 4 straight games in Buffalo against the Jets as well, so I have a really good understanding of that fan base, and I was just kind of feeling for them, like, damn, like they got to go out like that. You got Super Bowl aspirations, and it ends that way. And Dan, my prediction did not hit. If you remember what my prediction was in the beginning of the season, I had the Buffalo Bills getting to the AFC Championship and losing, not the divisional round. So I was wrong on that prediction. I guess I overestimated you guys just a tad. But, you know, if I was a Bills fan, though, you know, that was just to the point where you're not happy after that. And there's nothing to be happy about. You're going to the, you know, this is a Super Bowl season, Super Bowl or bust. But, and I think you guys already knew Josh Allen was legit going into the playoffs. But I think now you guys can really believe, like, okay, I think the contract we gave him is justified, because he just went toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes, and the things that he was doing, the heart that he played with. Not only is the arm talent that he has, but the ability to just, you know, like the entire offense was Josh Allen. And it was just the entire time I was watching it, I'm like, I got to deal with this guy for every 2 times every year. Like, I don't want to handle this. I don't want to deal with this. Like, why is he this good? I really don't like to see Josh Allen being able to just will his team back and claw his way back, firing over the middle to Gabe Davis 4 different times, scrambling and all these things. So if I'm a Bills fan, that's one positive, just knowing that not only do you have a franchise QB, but you have potential, like, elite caliber guy that can carry your team when they're, you know, in the dirt, and you can galvanize people around you. And it really pains me to say that. But that game would go down to into the history books, man. The way the Chiefs came back and won that game with 13 seconds and closed the deal in overtime, it was very special, and that was a game for the ages.
Yeah.
Dan, I guess I'll let you go last because it is your team, so I'll go.
Okay.
I also want to say something real quick before we go. That game, as a Jets fan perspective, it made me want to go all offense in the offseason, because the Bills have the #1 defense in the NFL, and they lost the game that way. I know defense was championships, but as a Jets fan, seeing the way Josh Allen and Mahomes and Joe Burrow, even these high-flying quarterbacks and offenses are playing, I'm like, shit, I need to have the Jets to have the most playmakers and protection to be able to keep up with these teams. And yes, I know we're the Jets. We're never going to be there, yada, yada, cool. We'll be there eventually.
Around Zach Wilson?
Yes, sir. All I'm trying to say is, this is, especially the AFC, you need to have a high-powered offense in order to succeed, because the Bills' top defense in the NFL cannot handle the Chiefs in crunch time, and you need to be able to have a high-powered offense. That's a big takeaway I took as a Jets fan.
Dan Mitchell.
Oh, nice. It's my tag.
No, it's my turn.
Okay.
I just wanted to say I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, thank you, TD.
I wanted to send flowers, but I didn't have the address.
Okay.
Listen, I told y'all bums that bum was trash. Okay.
Who?
I told you that bum Josh Allen was trash. Let me talk about this bum, okay? First of all, y'all need to draft a new quarterback who can pick heads or tails correct.
Yeah,
That's the first thing you need to do. Okay.
Yeah, you
that bum lost y'all the game.
You got a point.
Because he ain't had a mental fortitude to go against it. Tails will never be wrong. He lost you the game. But let me talk about it. Okay, let me be honest. I'm done trolling.
And so we'll trade him to Miami. So TD, how about that?
No, we straight.
So we'll trade him to Miami.
We got Tua. Okay, I'll be honest. I'm gonna have a moment of honesty. Okay, Josh Allen played out. Oh God, see, TD fire on him. No, I'll be honest. Josh Allen played out of his freaking mind. Okay. That bum played out of his mind. I can't stand that bum. I can't stand him with my life. I promise you, I can't stand that bum. But he played out of his mind. Okay. He is your franchise quarterback, and he's a step right under elite, which is great. He is a great quarterback. I will give you that, Dan Mitchell. The bum still ain't elite until he can get over the hump, okay? I done told you that the whole time. But the problem is, bro, y'all will never get over the hump. Your team is too dependent on one man. That team is too dependent on one man. He has to be your running game. He has to be your passing game, and he has to be your defense by just keep on going. The team is too dependent on one man, and that is not a winning formula. But I will say this. I don't know what you're going to do, because if you get a run game with Josh Allen, he's not going to be the same quarterback. He is a rhythm quarterback that needs to play like that. He needs 3 shots to get his first downs. You do not want to have a Josh Allen out of rhythm, first down 4 yards, second down 2 yards in a run, and then it's 3rd and 4 and it's 5, and it's all up to him. From a rhythm standpoint, I don't think he's any good in that. But if you give him 3 chances, he is going to guarantee you a first down if he throws it 3 times. And that's why he's so powerful. So all of this, we need a run game. You're slowing down Josh Allen. You're slowing down his rhythm, all of that. I don't know what y'all going to do. You ain't got no money, and your defense is trash. Your defense is pure trash. And who had the number 1 defense in the NFL this year, they say?
It was the Buffalo Bills.
The Buffalo Bills, because they played nothing but the worst offenses in the NFL. I told y'all when they run this zone concept, and let me backtrack on that. Y'all actually played more man this year than you usually play, but you usually did it against the bum teams and you dominated. For some reason, you play zone 90% of the time against Patrick Mahomes, which gave him wide open threats. You want to really know why you lost that game? Because your freaking coaches are trash.
1,000%.
Your coaches are trash. You ran a zone coverage on Patrick Mahomes 90% of the time, and all of this narrative, you run zone so that you can control them from running. Did you stop them from running? Did you stop Did you stop Patrick Mahomes from running? And then 13 seconds left. You got the nerve to run a deep zone. A deep zone.
Yeah.
You gave them and they had 2 timeouts. Am I wrong?
Yep.
How embarrassing. A deep zone. The whole game. Live with, if your offense is that powerful and can't be stopped, you should have man-to-man in a cover 2, put 2 behind you, man-to-man, and make Mahomes throw in tight windows all day. He would have still had a good game, but he would have made 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 more mistakes in that game, and that would have been the difference. But part of the problem is the same thing with Josh Allen. If they would have did the same thing, he would have made more mistakes, and it would have been even a more even game. That game was lost by coaching. Everybody and their mama knew whoever won the coin toss was going to be the winner of that game. And when Josh Allen called tails and that ref said heads, I was the happiest man in the world because I knew without a shot. Let me tell you why, Dan, I was happy. 13 seconds left. I had 400 people watching my stream. And within 5 seconds, we went up to like 600 or 700 people. Oh, Josh Allen, the lead. Oh, we going to the AFC Championship. All the Bills fans came out of nowhere, hopped on my stream to talk trash. And in 1 minute, I went from 700 people back down to 400. The pain had set in, and I was the happiest man of all time. And the first thing I went to go do was check on you, Dan, but nobody could find you. You were gone. And then I went and checked on Rico, and he's trying to keep a straight face. Well, nah, Rico, you're hurting. You're hurting inside. And I told y'all, when you got a bum trash quarterback that can't get a coin toss right, you'll never win a Super Bowl. It's on you, Dan. Bum.
All right. Okay.
Bum
So
out.
finally, it's my turn to speak on this. First off, I just want to say that I am one of the few Bills fans that are not complaining about the overtime rules. Because say, for example, that coin toss were to go in the opposite direction, like you said, whoever won that coin toss, they were going to win. Both offenses were absolutely moving, right? So, I mean, we would have been celebrating, and I would have been a very happy person on this stream right now. But surprisingly, TD, I would have to go on ahead and I would have to agree with you on what lost us that game was coaching. I still believe that our personnel on defense, even without Trey White, who certainly would have helped in a situation such as this, it really was just the coaching. And it really didn't even need to go down into the overtime call of running a prevent defense rather than just trusting your guys that have been getting it done for you the entire year. My biggest grievance for that entire game was, why the fuck do you kick the ball into the end zone? Why did they not squib kick that?
That's true too.
Why did they not squib kick that? Chew off 6-7 seconds on the clock and give Patrick Mahomes one chance to throw a touchdown, right?
True.
Looking in hindsight, it's always 2020. And I mean, there are several different things that could have went down. Number one, we could have went for 2 for that final touchdown drive and just go on ahead and then made it 4. Or we could have missed the 2-point conversion and then we still could have squib kicked it. It was just an overall failure to the players and to the season from the play calls of McDermott, once again, playing way too conservative when it mattered most. So we lost. It sucks. I'm going to be one of the biggest Joe Burrow fans in the face of the planet this coming Sunday. You have no idea. I'm really hoping that he can give it to the Chiefs. I don't think it's going to be the case. I think it's going to be Rams-Chiefs for the Super Bowl. And so right at this point, but I'm not one for moral victories. But, I mean, one thing that I ended up walking away with that game is the fact that contract that we gave Josh Allen right between that first game, right against the Patriots, that game, so right against the Chiefs afterwards, one of the highest QBRs in playoff history ever, right? I mean, man threw more touchdown passes than Sam Darnold threw all season in 2 games in the playoffs. Sorry, Richard.
Don't need to apologize. That man, not my problem.
Yeah, not your problem anymore.
What was the conclusion?
The conclusion was that we took the L, right? We're sitting on the couch. We're over. Each and every single team in the AFC East is sitting on the couch right now watching how everything goes through. And, I mean, next year legitimately is do or die. I know that Josh Allen's contract is going to be taking effect in 2023. But one thing that's going to help me sleep at night is the fact that we have, I would say, a top 3 GM in the entire league as far as being able to make personnel decisions. I mean, right before the season started, say that you were to tell me that we were going to be able to bring in Matt Milano and Darrell Williams back in with the cap space that we ended up having, I would have called you crazy. But, I mean, this GM continuously goes on ahead and he does his thing. And number 2, Gabe Davis, man, second year guy, still have him for at least 2 more years on his rookie contract. We're set. I mean, honestly, every single person that has ever said, oh yeah, like Stephon Diggs made Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs had 2 receptions for 7 yards.
Man, Dan, look how many people was how many people was wide open, bro. Yeah, come on, man. Y'all act like this. Right. Let's be honest. We act like the game was hard for either quarterback.
Oh, no, not at all. And so the Buffalo Bills defense played terribly. I'm not even going to try and say that they did play well. Chiefs it was too. Most definitely. Was definitely fun football to watch, but for the most part, I think that it has to come down into coaching decisions. And by the way that it's looking at it, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills have a brand new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator next year. So we'll see how that all kind of plays out. But I think Josh Allen is past the fact where him being able to change an offensive coordinator probably really isn't going to be able to affect him that much, especially since news just broke that Sean McDermott was saying that Josh is going to have a say on that next hire. So we'll see what's going on. But I mean,
hey, Dan, who's responsible for Josh Allen? Who gets the credit?
Who gets the credit for Josh Allen?
Yeah.
I'd probably say Brandon Beane for drafting him, to be honest with you.
I'm talking about his development. Because I'm hearing that Dayball has nothing to do with
his development. Dude, I would say his quarterback coach. So Palmer.
Okay.
I'd probably say his quarterback coach in the offseason.
Sam Darnold, though.
Ken Dorsey and Jordan Palmer.
But there's
same quarterback coach as Sam.
And so there's easier students out there.
So what in the heck does Brian Dayball do?
Dude, honestly, I feel bad for any team that hires Brian Daboll as their head coach, to be honest.
Why?
I think he's going to be a failure.
Fans?
I think he's going to be a failure, to be completely honest with you, man. I mean, I think that Brian Daboll was just lucky to find a quarterback that is just an absolute unit and was easily coachable. I mean, I hate to say this, but if Daboll goes to the Dolphins, you're looking at an Adam Gase 2.0 of somebody who just ended up riding the name of a successful quarterback.
Let's go,
of somebody that rode the back of a successful quarterback. And as soon as when he gets there, it's just not going to work. Not unless that Tua becomes the elite person that I'm hoping everybody does. But listen, if y'all hire Daboll or if any team hires Daboll, he'll be fired in 2 years. I'm just saying.
I'm hoping the Giants hire him, honestly.
Hey, real quick, we got a special guest, y'all. We have a special
Rico. Took you longer than 13 seconds, Rico.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to put the graph up for Rico before he comes in. What's up, man? Hold on. Let me put the losers down at the bottom
Look at
together.
the smile. He's happy.
Yo, listen.
Rico, I told y'all that bum was trash, Rico.
Oh,
he can't even call a coin right.
Yo, I don't care what y'all say, man. Team, your team aside, that game was something else. I thought I saw one of the best games with that Raiders Chargers game. I was like, yo, I've never seen a game like that. And then this Bills game, and then you're on the losing end of it. Shoot, I'm still grieving right now, man. But here's the crazy thing. I have a good. I mean, you guys. I think you guys have met my friend Kevin. Kevin's a Dolphins fan, and Master at Work. You gotta Master at Work. Yo, TD, you gotta get my man Kevin on there. He's a big Dolphins fan. He's a good dude. Anyway,
tell him hit me up, man.
Yeah, for sure. He says, yo, Bills fans are the most insufferable fan base, right? He's like, you guys think you guys are the nicest people. This that you guys are the freaking worst. And I saw the worst of the Bills, man. Everybody wants to be in this doom and gloom. I'm so depressed, fam. We got a franchise quarterback. We got the future, and he's still young, and we're still gonna build around this team. Come on, fam. We took the L, and that's a hard L. But you know what? Lose like that on 13 seconds, that's just bad luck. That's just
that's bad coaching.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Here's the thing, man. People don't want to talk about it, but they want to blame the coaches. Blame the coaches all you want. I mean, there's some fault to it, but that coach came in and said execution. What was the problem, coach? Is execution. So when someone tells you execution, that means someone didn't do their job. And some people are, well, the coaches didn't do their job. No. The game plan was put out. Somebody messed it up. Question is who? He's not gonna tell you who. Execution. Was it the kicker? Was the kicker supposed to pooch it? Instead of pooching it, he ended up putting it in the end zone. People are like, why didn't you squib it? Boy, you squibbed that thing. And Tyreek Hill. People that play ball. TD, you play ball back in the day?
Mm-hmm. High school.
Offense or defense?
Defense.
Oh, defense. All right. Richie, you play ball back in the day?
Yes, sir.
Offense or defense?
Defense.
Damn. Who's the offensive player? Okay, I'll speak for the offensive players.
Not Josh Allen. Go ahead.
As a return guy, ball in the air is cool, right? Boom. Your eyes are out. Your eyes are distracted by the ball in the air. Once you get down, you gotta really like focus. When that ball's squibbled on the floor, your peripherals, you can see everything still. You still see the football. Once you get that football, sometimes it's detrimental to the other team because now you can find quick lanes and people not knowing what's going on. So anyway, so many things can happen. When you got a guy like Tyreek Hill, you can take that thing back. But long story short, I can't stay too long. Tough loss. But Bills fans, fam, we're good. You know what I'm saying? We got Allen that's going to be hungry as fuck. Excuse me, I don't know whose channel I'm on, but he's going to be hungry as ever. And Dolphins, Jets, whoever, they're going to get it. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be Allen. It's going to be Herbert. It's going to be, I don't know if you guys are going to go with Tua going forward, but it's always going to be a problem with Allen. So we always going to be in the dance. We're always going to be there. We're always going to have an opportunity. It's just not our time yet. You wait. It's going to be our time. And when we do, shoot, that shit's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, I believe that. 2028. Okay, something like that.
Hey, you know what?
Hey,
it's so
hey, but I do have a question for you, though, Rico, before you leave. I already asked Dan. It's about Brian Daboll. What's your thoughts?
No.
I like Brian Daboll, man. Second stint it'll be a second stint with the Dolphins. I think
the Dolphins.
Yeah, because he was with you guys as a coordinator before.
Yeah, I know he was trash.
It wasn't great. Anyway, I know.
Daboll to Miami.
So check this out. You bring him. He's a likable guy, man. They like him. And the fact that you guys have some good offensive pieces over there, and I'm sure you guys will do some better drafting. You guys will be right. I said it last year. You guys are going to be right back to it. I don't know if I feel good about the floor. I liked Flores for you guys, but I mean, I understood it. You guys got to move on and find something different. But Daboll to you guys, I like it, but I don't know if he's like all around coach. You know what I'm saying? Offense, defense. It'll be interesting. That's why I heard the rumor is they want to keep the defensive staff intact.
Yeah,
if they bring him on.
Because
so
I'm hearing he's not the one to be credited for Josh Allen's success.
Who do you credit?
Well, some people say Dorsey.
Yep.
Palmer.
Yeah.
And I even spoke to one of y'all writers. I got his name. He was like, "Listen, those are the two guys responsible for Josh Allen. If they were to get any credit, Daboll zero credit in that regard."
Nah, you can't give Daboll no credit. You get Daboll's been with Allen for 4 years, man. You don't sit with some dude for 4 years and not learn a damn thing and see how the process is done. You know what I mean? Now,
but they said when he had his hands on him is when Josh Allen was trash.
I mean, a lot can be said about it. Is he a developmental coach? Who knows, right? I mean, Allen, you can't just put it all on Daboll. Ken Dorsey had a big impact on that, and so did Palmer, obviously. But Daboll for you guys, man, I kind of like it. But you guys, I don't think the Dolphins fans like it though. You guys want someone different.
And so Rico, right before you got on,
yeah.
And so right before I got on, I was telling TD that I guarantee you that Daboll lasts 2 years max as a head coach. He's an Adam Gase 2.0 that rode the back of like a freak quarterback that just defies the odds. And I guarantee you that he will be fired in 2 years as a head coach.
I don't know, bro. Daboll and Tua sounds like a match made in heaven to me.
Yeah.
Listen, for a Bills fan situation,
he was in Alabama, wasn't he? Under Tua?
I can see Daboll getting the best out of Tua for sure. Like, you guys got to believe in Tua, man. That's the problem. You had a coach that didn't really fuck with Tua. So
you got to believe in Tua.
You got to believe
in Tua.
EJ Manuel got done dirty. Now, EJ Manuel
got to
was a great
believe
quarterback.
in Tua. Do you hear yourself, Rico? You got to believe in
Listen,
Tua.
let me tell you this. EJ Manuel, when we drafted EJ Manuel, I know Coach Doug Moran did not like him. Didn't F with him. Didn't even give him a chance, right? So when you have a coach that doesn't mess with you, mess with your psyche. Yes.
Where EJ Manuel at?
Well, come on, man. You got to believe in the quarterback that you got. If you don't mess
with
him,
you feel like y'all should have kept EJ Manuel. You hear this, Dan?
No. Easy now. Now, I'm gonna say this though. Matthew Walter says, Bills will be in cap hell soon. Every team gets in cap hell. Look at the Rams. The Rams have been in cap hell. I don't believe in that bull. You want to make something happen, you make something happen.
We gonna see. I feel like this y'all last chance because as soon as 2023 come, that contract gonna kick in. And that first of all I'm saying is this is the best team Josh Allen gonna ever have around him. This year and next year is the best team he'll ever have around him.
You think so?
Bro, you taking a quarterback from peanuts to 50 million?
Listen, man, that's why the Bills are all about draft capital. You know what I'm saying? We bring in through the grassroots. We're not really heavy players in free agency. We'll bring in maybe one or two, but it's all about development. That's what the Bills do. We don't go big. Bean is not about that. He's about draft capital. Watch this. He's probably going to trade out of that. If he doesn't like what he likes, he's going to trade out of that 25th pick that we have or whatever, and he's going to pick up on something. Trust me and believe me, man. This guy's also developmental, and he's a cap guru. You see what this dude knows how to work a contract, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Did Russo play?
Yo, listen, Russo hit that rookie wall, boy.
Yeah, I was about to say I ain't seen him in like 7 weeks.
I know, man. He hit that rookie wall, but
Jalen Phillips didn't hit that wall.
I see better things for Russo than I do for Boogie Basham. I mean, how you going to talk about like first year? First year, I mean, there's so many things you got to learn.
Jalen Phillips first year, he 10 sacks.
Yo, Phillips is a dog though, man. Phillips is a dog. You guys have a dog in Phillips.
I
man.
know.
Nice.
And he played like 40% of the snaps in the season.
Yo, hey, wait till Kayvon Thibodeau's on the Jets. Just wait for that.
He didn't even play most of the season. Remember, at the beginning of the season, there was games he wasn't even playing.
I ain't going front. Phillips and Wilkins, I like both those cats for you guys, man. But I'm going to say this, though. Bills are not done with that line. You think, we got Epinesa. I don't think Epinesa is that dude. I think he's just
y'all need to trade Josh Allen for a good coin flipper.
Yeah.
One that can actually pick the game right. He was the reason y'all lost because he's trash. He don't know how to call heads or tails at the right time. Josh Allen lost y'all the game. Call it what it is, all right? Hey, how you feel on the overtime rule?
Josh Allen was a G that game. You can't even front. That boy was, a lot of fans, myself included, I was like, fam, we don't got this, man. When Tyreek took that 64 yards, I was like, it's going to be one of those games, right? And then you see my man come back and bring it in the ice.
Wide open receiver. And let me ask y'all a question. I want y'all to have a moment of honesty. That touchdowns in the middle of the field late in the game, did y'all see that receiver straight up push off?
Oh, you talking about Gabe?
Am I wrong? Am I just trying to be nitpicking? He literally, because the corner actually did the best he could, and I said the refs will never call that, rightfully so. But man, it ain't nothing the defender could have did because that slight push is the only reason he got it.
I'm more disappointed, and here's my thing. This is where I'm a little annoyed with Dayball. You got Tyrann Mathieu that goes down. You got Ward that goes down, and you don't attack that defensive backfield sooner. Why you wait till fourth quarter to really get it going, get it popping? So I was a little disappointed in that. Tell your quarterback, take full advantage of that defensive backfield, man. Tyrann Mathieu is out. Get at them. You feel me? But I don't care. It is what it is, man. I don't want to be salty. It was a damn good game. Tough.
Yeah, it was. Though.
I just hope that the Chiefs, what I'm saying, don't waste it. You better finish it and win the damn thing.
Was your season a failure, Rico?
Say what?
Was your season a failure?
Don't lie.
Dude, that's a good question, man.
Don't lie. No, you know the answer.
No, you know exactly what it was a failure.
Real talk. If you're gonna look at it, it's a failure for any. If you don't win it, it's a failure.
That's true. That's how.
Yeah, no. Doesn't work that way. For you guys went to the AFC Championship game last season. You guys didn't get there this season. It's a failure because of the expectation level.
Keep it a buck.
For instance, right? As a Patriots fan, I don't think it was a failure for us because we wasn't expected to get to the playoffs with a rookie quarterback.
I'll tell you why it's a failure. It's a bigger failure. It's because we lost to the same team again.
Yeah, right? The team that y'all built to beat.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? We put the pieces together to go back and beat this team, and then we lose to them again. Now, we played a much better game. The pieces that we put together, did they really make that big a difference? I don't think so, personally. I'm saying we brought Russo. You didn't really see too much of Russo. He wasn't affecting the quarterback. I mean, Mahomes was dancing all over the place. I mean, that's what he does, right? But at the end of the day, this was the Josh Allen game, and he proved that he's a boss in this game. You just got to build around him on that defense, man. Real talk. We got to hold them L's, man. And that
I told y'all you won't win a Super Bowl, and when you do go home, it's gonna be because of Josh Allen, and he didn't call the flip right.
Man,
sure
you
enough,
had Josh Allen in your squad.
Sure, that bum, I can't stand him, Rico. I can't stand him.
Let me ask you this. He's
a good quarterback, though. He's a great quarterback.
Before I get out of here, if you're a Bills fan and you watch the game, right? So, what are we missing? What do you think that is going to make us that squad?
Defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier's trash.
I think y'all need a whole different defensive system.
He picked. Did you see the plays he called? He literally left Kelsey wide open twice.
I think y'all need a whole. I think y'all need a whole different scheme defensively. And remember,
really, huh?
y'all. I mean,
McDermott's team too. Don't forget that's his defense though.
But people are going to say it was a number one defense. But let's be honest.
I don't buy that.
Look at the offenses that were playing.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Agree.
They've been in the same system for 4 years and they've been top of the league. You can't.
Yeah, but the offenses they've been playing.
I can't sit here and listen to Bills fan talk about fire Frazier. Fam, he had our defense the top 5 defense for 5 years straight, 4 years straight. Like,
it's more situational.
Grateful Bills fan, I don't get it. They're in the moment. 13 seconds. We're gonna blame Frazier, man. Man, eat something, man.
Yeah, I think it's more situational coaching, like in time, like at the end of the game, than like the scheme. It wasn't the scheme that's the issue.
For sure. Like,
situational.
Why you gonna let Tyreek Hill release and have 3 dudes in front of him? Like, come on, man. And Milano, what are you doing on? Like, come on, fam. You have 2 of the best weapons on the Chiefs, and you let them make the biggest plays of the game. Like, I'll never understand that.
But the one thing I will tell you, Rico, is when you play a fast game where it's pass heavy, you always give the other team an opportunity to get back in it because the clock isn't you're not slowing the game down. But this is the big question: can Josh Allen play well in a slow-paced game? Like if y'all actually had a run game, right? This is my concern about a run game. It would help y'all. But would Josh Allen be the same? Because he's a rhythm quarterback that if you give him 3 throws, 99.9% of the time, first down. And you'll be cocky about going on 4th down because how did we not get it? You see what I mean? But if you run the ball first down and get 4 yards, run the ball second down and get 2 yards, and it's 3rd and 4, anything can happen and that can stunt him. You see what I mean? I think a bat down or a one miss by him, and it can really mess him up. So there's a catch-22 for asking for a run game.
But I think he's too good for that. And I think he's developed enough. Like, I mean, dude, he's taking some leaps, man. Like 2 years in a row where he's an elite. He's one of the top quarterbacks. I won't call him. I think he's elite. I'll say elite.
Yeah, but let's see him in a offense where you actually run the ball 2 out of 3 times.
Well, here's another thing. All right, we and this is another thing too. So we constructed this damn O-line with some guys that shouldn't have been on there. We had Ryan Bates sit on the damn team the whole damn year, and you didn't put him in. And then when you put him in, that's when we start to get the run game going. That's when he's got more time.
3rd quarter or something.
Yeah, man, that's some craziness, man. But to me, I'm looking at it this, man. We don't have a game record. You know what I'm saying? 10 sacks for Phillips. That boy can actually wreck a game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Aaron Donald, he can wreck a game. Khalil Mack, back in his day, can wreck a game. We don't got a game record on our team, man. At Panessa, at Oliver, like, nah, nobody's killing a game. You're not scheming for that dude. We don't got that guy. And I think we need a tailback. I like Devin Singletary. He's cool and all, but you need a guy that strikes fear in you, that can take it for 60. Devin ain't gonna do that. But anyway, y'all have a great channel. Y'all keep doing it, man.
Appreciate you, man. One more thing. Bro.
I think this needs to be said about the referees. When Tyreek Hill scored that touchdown and he gave the peace sign, and they did not throw the flag. If you're the NFL and you're going to call taunting because they've been calling it all season long,
not in the playoffs, bro.
No, TD, no. They got to be consistent. They got to be consistent. If you're going to call that crap.
I agree with you, but they're not going to in the playoffs. Just like they've been holding their whistle. They've been holding their whistle in the divisional round for holding calls.
Facts.
They have been holding their whistle. I'm telling you, bro.
I'll ask you this, though. You think we should keep that overtime rule or change that?
No, it needs to stay the same.
No, because the Chiefs we beat the Chiefs from that rule too in 2019 when we went to the Super Bowl. When Mahomes didn't get the ball back.
Yes, it's a tough one. That's a 50-50, man. Like, I mean, you want to be able to see both opportunities, both teams get the opportunity, but and it's if
the roles were reversed, right? If the roles were reversed and the Bills got the ball and Josh Allen got y'all down the field and scored, y'all wouldn't be talking about no damn overtime rule.
I mean, the Chiefs would, and now would we? I mean, it's 50-50.
I can't deal with no game that's going 4 hours after just because either team can't score. They keep trading field goals or they keep trading touchdowns. I just can't, bro. Because when you think about it, let's say that the Chiefs went down and scored a touchdown, right? Even if they gave y'all a chance to match it, you match it, at some point you're gonna say, all right, both teams got a chance, and now whoever scores next, they gonna go score again anyway.
That's what it was looking like, man. Like it was like the hoop was like this. You could do whatever you want to the.
There was only one reason why everybody and their mama knew whoever won the coin toss was gonna win the game. It's because both defenses played like trash.
Yeah, they weren't good, man. They weren't.
It
good.
was
I was
open
disappointed
season,
in defense, man. I thought we would have done better. I thought we would
I got a solution for the overtime. When it gets to overtime, do like soccer, penalty kicks instead of whatever kicker misses from the 30-yard line. The first kicker to miss from the 30-yard line, the team.
I'm not giving that to my kicker for that. You crazy? Living my kicker. But yo, fam, I got to get going, man. Yo, appreciate y'all, man. Yo, big offseason for content creators, man. So we know how it is, man. This is the grind time. This is what we got to
get another quarterback, bro. You should talk about
Ricky.
that. You know,
yeah, give me Tua, man. We'll take Tua.
All right, we'll send them too.
We'll take him as a backup.
All right, appreciate you, homie.
All right, fellas, be easy.
Peace out, man.
Yes, all right, y'all. So we got more of the season coming up. You know, the Bills are out of it. We got the Chiefs and Bengals. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't want to talk much about that game because it's one of those games we just got to see it. I think we all gonna pick the Chiefs, but we just got to see it to be amazed if something different happened. I'd rather take just a moment to quickly talk about what's the best course of action for each of our teams. And we'll start with you, Master That Works, because I'm really intrigued at where the Patriots go from here with all those free agent signings that they made. How do they get better?
Draft better.
Is that about all you all have?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff we can do. We obviously need to get a weapon for Mac Jones. I think the receiver that I want out of the draft is John Mechie from Alabama. I think we need to get him a receiver that he's not only really fast and like a speedster and can catch, but somebody that he's familiar with. You know, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase both went to LSU. Tua and Waddle both went to Alabama. You know what I mean? Like we need to give him at least one receiver that he's familiar with, because the receiving core that we have now with Aguilar and all these the rest of these bums, it's not going to cut it. Besides Kendrick Bourne, I like Kendrick Bourne. But yeah, I like Hunter Henry. I'm okay with our offense as long as we can upgrade at the receiver position. I think our offensive line's been pretty good. Our run game is pretty solid. Defensively, there needs to be a complete overhaul, though. I think J.C. Jackson needs to go.
Really?
I think we need to franchise tag him and trade him because he's going to want too much money. We're not going to pay him that type of money. And frankly, he's not worth it because he dogged it in the playoff game because he didn't want to risk injury because he knew he was going to try to test free agency. And I don't respect.
How much is he worth? How much do you think that contract going to look like?
There's gonna be some idiot out there that's gonna pay him like, I don't know, 25-30 million a year.
Oh Jesus.
The old Jets regime would be that team.
Sure.
But yeah, we need a complete overhaul, meaning we need Hightower is gonna retire. I think McCourty's gonna retire. It's pretty much out with the old, in with the new. Anybody that was associated with in the Brady era, especially on the defensive side of the ball, needs to go. Because it's going to force Belichick to play the younger players like we should have done in the playoff game or should have this entire season. And we need to draft better. I like the Christian Barmore pick from last year. That was really good. Kyle Duggar was a really good draft. We had a really good draft last season, but you can't build championship teams from free agency. You can't. You have to build it to the draft. And you have to have at least a good solid 2, 3, 4 years good of draft capital and get the players right. If you do that, you're going to be like the Chiefs and the Bills. You know what I mean? Contending for that top spot. And I need to see a complete upgrade as far as the way that Mac Jones plays. I need to see more. I need to see a Joe Burrow type of leap because for me to be able to trust Mac Jones next season, I need to see him be a little bit more consistent and get in the gym. He needs to bulk up, man, because I don't think he's gonna be able to take those type of hits for a long period of time. So other than that, man, that's pretty much all I got to say. I really don't see us. I mean, like I said, overhaul the defense and give Mac a weapon. That's all I need to see. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
All right, man. And big ups to you. Somebody said give the homie Master at Works his props. His content has been really dope lately. And I will say this, bro, it really has. Before I know you trolled a lot, so I never watched it because you always troll me. But you done had all my kids and my wife laughing at me this season. So and now I sit back and I watch them, and it's just hilarious, man. So I'm gonna take you off my hate list. All right. Richie, man, what the Jets got coming up? We know they need to replace Zach Wilson, but what else they got coming up?
Yeah, right, baby. You wish. Listen, this Jets offseason is going to be so interesting because I don't know if you guys are aware of the draft capital that we have, because we got 4 picks in the top 38. Pick 4, pick number 4, pick number 10, pick 34, and pick 38. So at the top of the first round, 2 picks at the top of the second round. We have 9 picks in the first 5 rounds. So Joe Douglas came to the Jets 2 years ago, our GM, and he made it his goal to build this thing properly, which is through the draft, which is what Rico was saying the Bills do, which is what Master Work saying he wants the Patriots do. It's what good organizations do, building properly through the draft. Something that the Jets have never done. They've always done the opposite, try to build through free agency, which is the absolute opposite of how to build a team. Well, now we finally have someone that values the draft and they values the line of scrimmage. And the New York Jets, last year's draft class, I'm assuming most of you guys did not watch a lot of Jets games this year, and I don't blame you. But the Jets 2021 draft class was an absolute home run. And obviously the biggest outlier of that is Zach Wilson. If Zach Wilson's a franchise quarterback, that's going to determine if that draft class is that good or not. But outside of Zach Wilson, we got a franchise left guard in Elijah Vera Tucker in the first round. We got a future star receiver in Elijah Moore if he stays healthy. We got a running back number 1 on Michael Carter in the 4th round. We got a cornerback in the 6th round who picked off Tom Brady and took Tua 6. And we also got Michael Carter the 2nd at D-back. So what I'm trying to say is the New York Jets had a home run in the draft last year. So if they can do the same exact thing with all the capital that they have and just build this thing the right way, in the first round, I want to build it through the trenches. If we can get Kayvon Thibodeau to fall to number 4, I'll be the happiest man alive. It's very unlikely. I think he's going to go top 3. But if that man falls to 4, I'm going to be freaking out. Because if we can get a Kayvon Thibodeau back with the healthy Carl Lawson, with the Quinnen Williams and John Franklin Myers, our defensive line is finally going to get back to where we've been preaching as Jets fans for so long. And I think at number 10, we need to make sure that we continue building through the trenches. Got to draft an offensive lineman. But the one thing I will say about this Jets offseason, not only do we have so much draft capital and so much ammunition, but this is the first time I want to see the Jets be aggressive in the trade market. Not only do we have draft picks to build through the draft, but I want the New York Jets to be aggressive. And the one thing that I want is a wide receiver to bring in here to be the number 1 guy for Zach Wilson through the trade market. I would love for them to be aggressive and see if Calvin Ridley's available. Maybe even, there's a lot of receivers that are available in the trade market that I would love to see. Obviously, Calvin Ridley's an outlier because, something is going on with him off the field and that needs to be squared around. But if he is all good mentally, if we can trade a future 2nd-round pick or something for a guy in Calvin Ridley, bring him to the room with Elijah Moore, who is going to enter year number 2 as an upcoming wide receiver in this league with Corey Davis. And I love Michael Carter as well. You just got to continuously build around Zach Wilson because he is the guy that is tied to the GM Joe Douglas's future with this Jets team. If Zach Wilson pans out, his job is safe. If Zach Wilson becomes a bust, he's going to be out the door. So the number 1 goal for this GM should be surrounding Zach Wilson with as much playmakers and as much protection as possible to the point where there's zero excuses for Zach Wilson if he plays poorly. There should be no excuses for him in this upcoming year or the year after that, based on what's around him, bearing any crazy injuries with the Jets have been suffering for so goddamn long. And that's another thing they need to focus on. Stay healthy. 3 years straight, the Jets led the league, with the most injuries on the IR, the most money on IR, rather. So we just can't stay healthy for whatever reason, which is really frustrating. But when it comes to free agency, I want them to be aggressive, but really keep with the motive that we're not going all in next year to win a Super Bowl. So make sure that we're still planning for the future because the foundation that the New York Jets have right now, the young core that's established, is the best offensive young core that I've seen that the Jets have had in quite some time, offensively speaking. And even defensively, we have some pieces. The young corners like Bryce Hall is establishing himself as a true number one corner in this league. And we got a lot of young D-backs. But the defense is a big, big issue. We do not have anybody at the safety position. That's going to be a big-time position of need in the offseason. We don't have any tight ends as well. The biggest needs for the New York Jets is tight ends and safeties. And lucky for us, the draft is a big-time tight end and safety draft. And the New York Jets are actually coaching the Senior Bowl. So we're going to have a step ahead of people in the NFL draft process. And there's so many different tight ends and safeties I want them to tackle. But long story short, the Jets got to make sure they can hit on their draft picks, make sure that they build through the trenches and get explosive playmakers around Zach Wilson. Because what Zach Wilson showed at the end of his rookie season is nothing but progression. 5 straight games with 0 interceptions, with absolutely nobody around him to help him out. Corey Davis was out for that time, and Elijah Moore was out for that time. Michael Carter. There was just rotating people in. The last week of the season, Zach Wilson was throwing to a wide receiver that's making his NFL debut, and he still was able to go toe-to-toe with the Buffalo Bills somehow until in the fourth quarter. So the progression is there for Zach Wilson. Now it's time for them to surround him with talent and make sure that he has all the playmakers around him, because I feel like in year number 2 for Zach, I want to see him make progression. I'm not expecting a super-duper superstar leap like a Joe Burrow or like a Justin Herbert. I want to see progression. Year number 3 for Zach Wilson. Year number 3 with Robert Saleh. Year number 3 is where I'm expecting the New York Jets to make a push for the division. That's where I want to see that. But this upcoming season, I want to see progression. I want to see 7 wins. I want to see us being in the hunt in December. I understand what the trajectory is for this New York Jets team. We have the ability to hit on this draft picks. We have all the ammunition possible. We have the young foundation laid. I like what the coaching staff brought with Robert Saleh and the offensive coordinator, Mike LaFleur. It's all there. Now they just got to make sure they can hit on these draft picks and continuously build around their young quarterback, Zach Wilson, that shows elite arm talent. Not saying that the arm talent is going to transition to be an elite quarterback, because you have to be way more as a quarterback than just being pure arm talent. And we all know that. So I'm excited for this offseason, probably one of the most important off seasons of my life as a Jets fan. And I'm super excited because the opportunities are endless with the draft capital and the cap space that we have. And it's going to be a fun one.
I think y'all truly doing it the right way, bro. And one thing I will say, y'all kept Zach Wilson in a pro-style offense to let him work those kinks out. And just to hear you say 5 straight games, no interceptions, throwing to none of his starting receivers, that's where the progression probably started, but you didn't get to see it from a number standpoint because you didn't have the people that normally around. But to not turn the ball over in 5 straight games, and you said that was close to the end of the season?
Yeah, the last 5 games of the year, the only 2 quarterbacks to have no interceptions the last 5 years is Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson.
That's pretty good.
And the crazy thing about that,
system.
Yeah, the craziest thing about that too is before his injury, he had 4 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. It got to the point where, like, all right, Zach is just not going to have a game without throwing a pick. Like, that's where it felt like. And then after injury, he had 8 total touchdowns and then 2 interceptions to finish off the season after the injury. So that's the progression.
Strong finish. And Buffalo was on the schedule?
Yeah, we had Buffalo, we had Tampa, we had we almost beat the Buccaneers. Don't forget that. And the schedule was tough. I mean, the only bad team we versed was the Jaguars, which we beat. And I think the Saints we versed, the Eagles. There's a lot of tough defenses. We had one of the hardest schedules in terms of defenses last year. And I feel like Zach Wilson showed progression. That's all I cared about.
Bro,
really.
I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad if Zach Wilson make a bigger leap into it. Oh my gosh. Anyway, man. All right, Richie, man. Sound like y'all got things going on. As long as y'all beat Buffalo next year, that's all that matters.
I'm not gonna beat one of you because
it ain't gonna be us. It ain't gonna be us. Y'all can't beat us. But Dan, what the Buffalo Bills gonna do with that little bit of that itty bitty 10 million?
Oh man, honestly, really, when it comes down to it, I think that it doesn't have a lot to do with free agency, does not have a lot to do with the draft. I think a lot of it has to do with the decisions of how we are going to replace our offensive and defensive coordinators. Both of them, in my opinion, if I was a gambling man, they are both about to be head coaches for a team going into the 2022 season, mostly because they came from a very successful team so far this year, and there are more vacancies in the NFL right now than ever in the history of whatever. So I think that a lot of it's going to have to do with the fact of what exactly our front office can do to where we can make sure that we can pick up exactly where we left off and even improve, dare I say, based off of coaching. So those are going to be two storylines that I will be following very closely throughout this offseason via my content. And then also, really when it comes down to it, is like, what exactly are we going to do as far as retaining particular players, right? We have a lot of players.
Josh Allen cut him off, y'all. So we'll wait for him to come back. But while we're waiting, I'll go ahead and tell y'all real quick. Miami Dolphins is simple. We got the most money in the league. We got draft capital for the next 2 years. So hopefully we make that worth everything we can.
Who you want as your coach?
Honestly, I mean, who we want doesn't look like we're going to get. We would like Jim Caldwell. We would like John Harbaugh. Or we would like Leslie Frazier, Doug Peterson, but it doesn't look like we're going to get one of those guys because the Miami Dolphins have put too many stipulations on the coaching job. And I think some of those stipulations are, if we don't go get another quarterback, are you willing to work with Tua? And are you willing to keep the same defensive staff intact? And I think for a new head coach, that's too many requirements to deal with things that they can't even hand select themselves, so I don't think it's even easy for us to find a good head coach without all those requirements in place. So I think that they might just be getting a coach that they can have for 1 or 2 years to see if the things can change for Tua. And if it doesn't, our general manager may get fired. And then when they bring the new general manager in, the next one may be on their way. The next general manager may bring a new coach in with them.
So if you had to predict who it's going to be, not who you want, but if you had to predict who it's going to be, if you're a betting man, who would you bet on?
Right now, I would bet on Mike McDaniels, and I'm still not happy about that. Brian Daboll is what a lot of people keep saying the favorite. We had one person report this morning he was in the building, might be signing a contract. Wasn't true, because we're doing a second round of interviews next week. And also Dayball's up for that New York job, and Flores is as well. And from what I've heard is that Dayball wants to go to New York as a preference over Miami, but I think that New York may hire Flores. And here we are. If we get Dayball, we're going to be dealing with a coach that we aren't even his first choice.
Yeah, the thing about Mike McDaniel is if you guys hire him, then we're literally going to be the same team because that's the scheme that we have. We got Mike LaFleur, who is on the 49ers, and like our entire team is based off the 49ers right now. So it'll be funny if you guys get McDaniels, then we'll both be branches of that franchise.
But it might be McDaniels because you also have to understand that
I like McDaniels a lot.
You see the hire that the Giants made today.
Bills hired their coach? No.
Yeah, the Giants hired the general manager.
Yeah, the GM, the Bills guy.
Yeah, so Dayball could be headed that way as well. So
yeah,
just depends. So
Buffalo Giants.
Yeah, we're gonna see what ends up happening out of all of it. I'm still not giving out hope on Harbaugh because some things are happening in that regards as well. I think you see with the Ravens. I saw that report before we went live with the Ravens. They brought in Jim Harbaugh in college, gave up his coordinator and sent him to the Ravens. So why would Harbaugh do that? He might be actually on his way out too. So there's a good chance that we could get Harbaugh, and if we do, man, that changes everything for us. That puts us, because it's an upgrade at quarterback over Flores. I've always said at least upgrade, but it looks like we're going for first-time guys anyway.
So is Tua your quarterback next year?
According to our owner, regardless of what all these people keep lying about, our owner said that's going to be the next coach's decision.
Wow.
Vance Joseph is going to be your
hoping
coach.
It's not him?
That's a possibility too. Vance Joseph. That is a possibility too. But when we get into the Vance Josephs, when we get into the Jim Harbaughs, you think any one of them are going to want to continue with Tua?
Vance Joseph will.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I just feel opposite.
The reason I say Vance Joseph is because he's the worst coaching candidate out there.
I know, but his name has been floated around. So
I'm praying that y'all get Vance Joseph. I'll do backflips and shit.
But Harbaugh, I don't think Harbaugh is going to move forward with Tua at all. I don't think so at all. If they got a chance to go upgrade, Harbaugh's going to be all about it because he's going to want him his quarterback.
I heard that whoever's your next coach is going to have to deal with Greer making all the choices in the front office, like he's hamstrung.
But again, 1 year because Greer, it has to work now because he'll be on the hot seat. He'll be on the hot seat. That 2019 draft that Greer had was the worst ever. First of all, you drafted Tua right before Justin Herbert, the pick right before. You drafted Austin Jackson when you had a chance to get Jonathan Taylor. You drafted Noah Igbenogany in the first round, and you could have possibly gotten like Tristan Wirfs or somebody. It's the worst ever, and that's unforgivable for a general manager to have 3 first-round picks and all 3 of them be some of the worst players on your team to a degree. And luckily, he knocked it out of the park last year. I mean, nobody's ever did that either. 3 first-round picks and hit every single one of them with you had Jalen Phillips, who barely played but got 10 sacks. You had Waddle, who had an amazing year, but he was still handcuffed because of the quarterback play. Waddle had over 1,000 yards, but should have easily been a 1,500-yard receiver. All the wide open routes, him begging for the ball in the secondary, and it's not on the way, even with a clean pocket. It's a shame, man. And Javon Holland, the early second-round pick, one of the top safeties in the league, his rookie year. And he was amazing for us, man. So
how long has Greer been there?
Greer's been there over 5 million years. The problem is he switched sides. Remember, he was on the other side of the operations, and then he switched over when Tannenbaum was fired. Like, I mean, I'm guessing I forgot what exact year, but we could say Greer 8 years now or something like that.
God dang.
On this side of the football. However long Tannenbaum's been gone, it might even be however long Tannenbaum's been gone. But he switched sides to the football side. But I don't know, man. I think Greer's on the hot seat now, and this team has to perform next year. And I just don't see how he doesn't make huge splashes, knowing that he should probably be on the hot seat with all the control.
What's the Deshaun Watson thing looking like? Do you think that's still a possibility?
I truly do, but it's irrelevant to talk about now as everybody make all these narratives that we're out on that situation, which the owner said the quarterback situation will be up to the next coach. It's just a matter of Watson figuring his situation out. I'm telling you, and I'm going to tell you, I think his market is actually drying up outside of us. Because if he fixes his situation late February, the league year starts March 16th or whatever it is around that time. If he fixes his situation, if you really look at what's happening around the league, first of all, he doesn't want to be in cold weather, but he alienates a lot of those teams, and you still got the same teams. You got the Dolphins, Carolina, who he's already come out and say he will not waive the trade clause for. The options are really slim. He's not going to play in no cold Green Bay.
I think he goes to. I think he goes to the Giants and if they hire Flores.
They came out today and say we will not be pursuing Deshaun Watson.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, okay, they said they're giving Daniel Jones.
I did hear the Vikings though. I did hear the Vikings. The Vikings would be going after him.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm saying I think the field is actually drying up on him. And the longer it plays out, now let me tell you, Houston can be in huge trouble if his situation lingers past free agency because everybody's going to be spending their money.
There's no way he sits another year, though.
Exactly. That means if his situation goes past free agency, then the draft capital might be very cheap that they can get, because a team would have to figure out a way to clear up cap space as it is. They're going to have to be able to make some moves, and they're going to need to hold on to some of their capital to do that. So they're going to make that deal as soon as possible, and I think it might be cheaper than people think because the market is definitely closing up on that situation. But we'll see. But it doesn't look like Dan's going to be back, man. Any last words? Because we're taking a break until free agency, maybe like a week sometime around free agency.
Yeah, because there's really no need to talk about the remaining teams in the playoffs. I don't think nobody really cares. Brady's out. I certainly don't give a damn who wins.
Well, let
As long as
everybody
it's
know
not
what
the
you're gonna be.
Chiefs.
Let everybody know what you're gonna be doing this summer. Then.
Well, I'm gonna be taking a break. I'm actually thinking about. Well, I might as well say it now. I think I'm probably gonna retire. So if I do retire, my boy Ray, DPN Sports Talk, is going to take my spot next season on the Roundtable full time. I haven't made my decision yet. Actually, I'm basing my decision on if Brady retires, I'm retiring. And so if Brady retires and hangs it up, I'm gonna go with him. Meaning I'm retiring from all social media. So
Well,
I
I'm
will
still
be
gonna hit
giving
you
my
up for
mantle
some.
to Ray, and he'll be taking over. So
Damn.
if this is my last time on the Roundtable, I just want to say thank everybody. Richie, TD, Dan's not here, but I'll talk to him personally. And like I said, don't everything I've ever done and said, don't take it personally. It was all in good fun. Me and TD don't hate each other. We actually have each other's phone numbers. We're really cool with each other. And I appreciate being on the Roundtable. Me and TD started it. And whoever takes my spot, like I said, I wish everyone the best of luck in the future.
Salute to you, homie, and we'll keep in touch. And I'm gonna need some of you to make me some of them videos trolling Dan if you do retire. All right, man. Richie, what you got coming this summer?
Yeah, man. That's breaking news to me, Master. It's sad to hear that. Hopefully Brady's back next year so we can get you back on the Roundtable. But no, yeah, you guys know what's good over on Jets Media. I'll be covering the Jets offseason, but most importantly, you guys probably don't give a damn about the Jets. I'll be posting a lot of offseason content about the NFL on my other YouTube channel, Touchdown Kingdom. I come out with predictions there. I'm going to be coming out with first-round mock drafts for all 32 teams, free agency videos, draft videos covering the entire NFL on Touchdown Kingdom. So make sure you guys check that out for your boy. Greatly appreciate that. And if you're interested about the Jets, I'll be going live. I'll be covering everything surrounding what's going on with this amazing New York Jets team heading into the offseason. It's a pleasure to be on this panel every single Wednesday or Thursday night. It really is. I mean, to be able to connect to, the rival fan bases out there, it really is awesome. All the smack that's talking in the chat, all the love that's thrown around in the chat, it means a lot.
Y'all gonna make me cry.
And it sucks that we got to wait all the way until free agency to talk again. But I just want to say to both Master and TD, I think especially Master at work, because he's the one that chose me to represent the Jets on this Roundtable. Thank you so much. That opportunity really helped out me because without you guys giving me an opportunity to be part of this Roundtable, I would not be able to connect with all these amazing, fan bases across the AFC East, like the Bills, like the Dolphins and the Patriots. I never would have thought that my channel would have turned into me interacting with my rival fan bases at all. That's the last thing I ever expected. And a funny story really quick is I've never done a live stream in my life on my channel until you guys hit me up. And my first ever live stream was the first episode of AFC East Roundtable. Wow. And I think TD told me, he's like, hey, Richie, you should go live during the game. You should do live streams. And I'm like, live during the game? That's interesting. And you guys kind of opened me up to the whole live streaming part of YouTube. Like I never went live. I was just only doing pre-recorded videos. So this AFC East Roundtable helped my channel out more than I can ever imagine. I'm almost about to hit 10,000 subscribers. So all love to you guys in the chat. And of course to Tyson and TD. It means a lot.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, and Richie, make sure you invite me over to the Knicks channel one day because I want to tell you why the Cleveland Cavaliers gonna win the East. Anyway,
you're a Cavs fan?
Rondo's there now. That's my boy. They are winning the East.
I was about to say the Heat are the first seed in the East. How you know?
And that for 5 more days until Cleveland takes it. But we'll talk about that, Richie. I'm telling you, they're gonna win the East. But y'all already know where I'm gonna be. TDPHINSTALK. I got a big announcements for y'all for this off season on Saturday. I'm gonna go live and give y'all the announcements. I got a whole lineup ready for y'all in the off season. We're gonna be live almost every single night. All right, in the off season, giving y'all great Dolphin content with so many different people, and y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. All the Dolphin fans and non-Dolphin fans who like to tune in. Dan Mitchell just texted me and told me this off season he's really just going to be looking for a new quarterback because the one they have is trash, and that's pretty much it. That's all he had to say. All right, but again, thank y'all for tuning in to the AFC East Roundtable. The next episode is the next episode is usually whose channel is that?
It'll be my channel, but
if Tyson doesn't retire, then
I'll get Ray to do it.
we'll get with Ray and we'll all join Ray on his channel for the next episode, but be expecting us to be announcing it around free agency, probably the week after, so that some of the dust can settle and we can talk about what we brought in. But until next time, the AFC East Roundtable has concluded for the 2021-2022 season. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all in the offseason.
Season 2
See
done.
you guys.
Season 2 is gone. That's crazy.
Stay tuned
right?
for season 3, baby.
Season
it's gonna be
3.
a ride.
All right,
the
y'all.
Jets are back. Peace out.
Peace.